but in order for that to be effective, it has to be implemented. And that means that we need a change. That means that the Iranian people need a change in the theocratic, autocratic regime, the regime of tyranny, I'll call it, that they have to live under in Iran today. Fact, the MEK is not asking for resources. All they're asking for is an acknowledgement that they are a group that believes in freedom for the Iranian people, and that they could be counted on as an ally in the fight against terrorism and against the tyranny that Iran represents around the globe today. You know, these are clearly undeniable facts that surround the MEK and the requirement to delist. I hope that Secretary Clinton has been advised by her obviously bureaucratic staff of the urgency of the matter, that they fully understand that what's in front of them today. And as the Iranian-controlled Maliki forces prepare and have gathered outside of Camp Ashraf, sure, the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights has granted the status of political asylum seekers to the residents of Camp Ashraf, and that's the first step. But the Secretary General himself has not provided full-time monitoring forces to station at the camp. It is absolutely essential that we have these observers placed on the ground in order to ensure that they can report on what the activities are there and give the rest of the world a chance to react. It is absolutely necessary if we are going to protect the disarmed, innocent civilians that reside in Camp Ashraf today. We have a tool to ensure that that happens as well. We have considerable influence in the United Nations, and we have tools that are available to us. They're called diplomatic and economic tools. But we need to use that economic tool for sure to make sure that this action takes place. And again, that takes political courage. It starts with the Secretary of State, but ultimately it boils down to President Obama. Today, we are indeed at a critical juncture for Camp Ashraf. What actions are required? From my standpoint, first and foremost, the State Department needs to move without delay to delist the MEK. Remember, it was this listing that the Iraqi government itself used against our State Department when they started to argue against the actions that they had taken back in April. We ourselves had declared the MEK as a terrorist organization. We need to take away that label, and we need to do it today. Again, for the Secretary of State and for President Obama, we need to use our economic tool again to demand that we have a permanent, full-time monitoring force in place at Camp Ashraf, a UN force, to protect the Ashraf residents until the final disposition can be made for their future. We need to notify, and I don't say request, we need to notify Maliki that Ashraf cannot be closed until the UNHCR has completed its work on behalf of the Ashraf residents.